It's Prime Big Deal Days 2025, and we're doing all of the best gaming deals. That means mice, keyboard, headsets, IEMs, and monitors in one video, guys. Now, if you want to check out any of the deals that I'm talking about in this video, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. And there's also going to be timestamps, so if you just want to figure out the best monitors or the mice, just scroll below and jump to that section. Let's start with monitors. First, I got to sip me some orange juice because I'm a little sick. The first monitor is the LG 27GS60QC-B. Now, this is a great budget monitor, okay? It's a VA panel, but it's one of the best budget VA panels on the market. It hits 180 hertz. It's slightly curved. It's got 99% of the sRGB color gamut, but the colors on it visually look amazing, much better than other monitors in this price point with 99% sRGB color gamut because it has a very thin matte coating, and the overall clarity of it, the brightness of it, it just is a really, really great monitor. However, there's also a really great sale. And obviously that one is typically $250. It's not actually $250 most of the time. It's probably closer to maybe $200, but it's on sale for $166.99 this Prime Day. But this Alienware AW2725DM, which is an IPS panel. Now the differences there is the VA panel is going to have deeper blacks, but this IPS panel is going to have better viewing angles, better colors. If you want to do something like video editing, it's also going to be a little bit more consistent and you won't have as much ghosting. This LG panel, it's going to have some ghosting. Now, it's very, very low ghosting for a VA panel in this price point in brighter areas of the screen. So if you're like in Warzone or in the new Battlefield coming up and you're in a bright scene, maybe a desert scene, you're not going to see that much ghosting, especially for a VA panel. It's very low. But if you go inside in a darker environment, then you might see some ghosting. With this IPS panel from Alienware, you're not going to get that. And it's only $189.98 at the time of filming. About a $270 price point. Typically, an IPS panel is almost always better than VA panels. They're both 27 inches. You can get the LG in a 32 inch, but because it's 1440p, I'd recommend 27 inches. While I haven't reviewed this exact monitor, I did review the previous year of this. This one has a little bit lower brightness, but a much lower price point. And for under $200, I've never one time, and I've reviewed a ridiculous amount of Alienware Dell monitors. I've never ever had a single problem with an IPS panel from Alienware, so I feel very confident recommending this. If you just want a really good entry-level gaming monitor, it's 180 hertz. It's also got a wider color gamut covering 95% of the DCI-P3 color gamut. Great build quality. I've actually used the same stand. They use basically the same build quality amongst their monitors. This is just a really great entry point. It does a lot of things well, nothing incredible, but a great all-around product. All right, the next one, if you want a good 240 hertz monitor, LG, this is an IPS panel. Now, this is really good if you want that budget price point, but you want 240 hertz. Now, this is, again, it's an IPS panel. It's going to have really good viewing angles, good brightness here, and low levels of ghosting. Again, there's nothing crazy about this monitor. It's just a really good IPS panel. It's kind of the jack of all trades of monitors. One more sip. Yeah. It's a no-brainer if you want 240 hertz at under $300, and right now it's $296.99 from a price point of about $500. It's a pretty good deal. Yeah, I think that's a great deal. I think there's nothing wrong with this monitor. I think it's great. Now, the next monitor is something very, very different from all the rest. If you actually want a lower price point, but you want beauty, insane beauty, similar to something like an OLED, well, that's what this monitor is. This is the AOC Q27 G3X MN. This is a 27-inch screen size with a 1440p resolution, but it's a VA panel. But wait, it's not just any VA panel, it's a mini LED lit VA panel with full array local dimming. If you don't know what any of those words mean, it just means that basically it can turn off parts of the backlight, which means some parts of the screen, if they're black, they can basically be almost black, similar to an OLED. So the blacks get super dark and inky black, and the brights get exceptionally bright. This thing can hit over 1,000 nits of brightness. Most of these previous monitors are hitting like 300 to 400 nits of brightness, which is a good brightness already. That's good. But this thing gets like exceptionally bright. If you like really vibrant monitors, really beautiful monitors, obviously you're still going to have some ghosting. So if you're just a Call of Duty player, you just want speed, this isn't the monitor for you. It's 180 hertz, which is still very good. But if you play a lot of games like Red Dead Redemption, Minecraft, things that, you just want a beautiful panel for, I mean, this thing is so hard to beat. And at under 300 bucks now on sale this Friday for $259.99. Not a crazy deal, right? That's not the craziest deal on the planet, but what it is an exceptionally good monitor. It typically used to have a price point of, I think, 350 or 315, 325, around there, and it only went on sale a little bit. It's already such a good monitor for its base price that, you know, if you're looking for something like that, it's going to be hard to go wrong unless you want super fast speed. Again, still, if you're running a 60 hertz monitor or 120 hertz monitor, 180 hertz is going to be significantly better than that. And it's still very capable of playing FPS games. It's just going to have a little bit of ghosting. Okay, the next monitor here is the Quantum Dot Ultra Wide. It's the Alienware AW3423DWF. This is the FreeSync variant of this monitor. It can still obviously work with your NVIDIA cards. It's just that this one's a little bit cheaper. Now, it has a list price of about 700 bucks. This used to be over $1,000 when it came out. It is a Quantum Dot OLED, which is the best panel technology. A little bit older, but you still have really good text clarity for those earlier Quantum Dot OLEDs. You do have a little bit of fuzziness where the colors separate, but it's not a big deal. But absolutely the most beautiful monitor that we've seen so far, that we talked about on this list. You have super inky dark blacks. Now, in a bright room, you're not going to get the complete inky blacks, but it's still better than basically any other monitor that you've used if you haven't used an OLED. You also have insane color coverage, 99.3% of the DCI-P3 color space, an excellent monitor for editing YouTube videos and also just playing games beautifully. I'm also a massive fan of a 21:9 ultra wide layout, especially for editing. Now, this only hits 165 hertz, but it's on sale for $521.99. That is a really good price for a beautiful monitor. Not the newest panel out there. This is a 2023 model year, but that's why you're getting it for over half off its original price. If you like to be on like the precipice and the top of tech, this is not that, but you're still able to game in HDR with variable refresh rate on, and it's still a just absolutely jaw-droppingly beautiful monitor. With that, let's move on to the next, which is the LG 34GS95QE. Now, this monitor was actually not my favorite monitor. I mean, you can see it has a $1,300 list price. It's on sale, though, for $696.99. Now, this is an OLED, but it's LG's OLED, which is a WOLED, not a Quantum Dot OLED. If you don't know what that means, basically means the previous monitor, the Alienware 3423DWF, has a glossy finish. This one has a matte finish. Now, what does that change? That changes clarity of the overall monitor. Text clarity on this one is not going to be as good as the previous monitor. While this is a newer panel, the brightness, I think, is slightly lower and more gimmicky things. Like, I would not recommend this monitor at list price. I would consider it at this price, but personally, I would still probably get this Quantum Dot OLED. So am I going to recommend against it? Maybe, maybe not. I'm just really not a fan of the matte finish. I really don't like most of the WOLEDs that I've used. I like a few of them, but this one I would recommend it probably not. I would personally rather get this monitor, the AW3423DWF. So yeah, we're going to take that one off, but again, it's up to you. It's your life. It's your money. The next monitor is the MSI Mag 271QP. This is a Quantum Dot OLED again, but this one is a 27-inch and it's 1440p. Now, this is excellent value. This Quantum Dot OLED, it's made by Samsung. It is a amazingly good panel. In fact, the monitor that I'm using right here is basically the best version of this panel. The Quantum Dot is a 32-inch 4K panel, but it's one of the best monitors in the world. It's still my favorite monitor to use every day, and I have used it for over a year and a half without any burn-in, by the way. I'm making an update video coming soon, but this one is on sale for $449.99. Guys, this is one of the most beautiful panels in the world. It's 1440p, 240 hertz. So for 27-inch screen size, if you just want a 27-inch screen size, this is really as good as anyone needs. I really wouldn't get a 4K 27-inch panel. If you want to do that, bump it up to 32. For most people, and I really mean this, if you have about $500 this Prime Big Deal Day and you just want an excellent 27-inch OLED panel, you are going to be ridiculously happy with this monitor. This is a panel that you could keep until it dies. It's going to be so good, and it's at a ridiculously good price point. Already $680 at its list price is a very good price. But this one, it's excellent. It's got a super wide color gamut, great HDR performance, really good brightness for an OLED. And then you had 240 hertz, amazing text clarity. It's a glossy finish, so the overall clarity of the image is just stunning. And obviously, because these OLEDs have, you know, super low response time, you're going to be gaming, especially with 240 hertz, you're going to be gaming any game that you want, whether that's Call of Duty or Red Dead Redemption or GTA 6 when it comes out. It doesn't matter if you're a, you know, really fast-paced gamer or if you just want to relax and have a beautiful image. This does it all. This really is everything. Now, you have risk of burn-in, but with all the new technology with panel refreshing and stuff, I mean, this monitor in front of me is my daily. I use it every day and it hasn't burned in yet. And I've really left some, I've accidentally left this on with one screen many times because I'm lazy. So really a great panel for most of you guys. You just want a 27-inch screen size, just go for this. It's such a good deal. All right, moving on to the next one, another monitor from MSI. And this one is basically the exact same as the previous monitor, but it's a 32-inch screen size with a 4K resolution. Now this one hits 165 hertz, not 240, but it's on sale for $699.99, but I actually wouldn't recommend it. What's going on? That was a little cringy, but no. Okay, so why don't I recommend this? Great price point. I recommended the previous one. This is 4K and 32-inch screen size, which is basically God tier, okay? At 4K with a 32-inch screen size, you're not seeing any pixels. It's perfect, and you have a nice big screen. Why don't I recommend this? Because this one's on sale. The GIGABYTE AORUS FO32U2. This is another quantum dot OLED, but it's the same exact panel as this monitor right in front of me, which is God tier. This is basically the best monitor I've ever used. This is 240 hertz with a 4K resolution at a 32-inch screen size. It's perfect. It's got everything you want. FreeSync Premium Pro, which means variable refresh rate and HDR at the same time. Phenomenal brightness, amazing clarity. It's glossy. It's reliable, and it doesn't burn in. Yeah, $749.99. That's what it's on sale for. Its list price is $1,099.99. Just buy this. If you have the money and you want the best panel in the world, unless you want something like an ultrawide, which really nothing exists to actually compete with those kind of specs, this is the best panel in the world. I really do think that. Now, if you just want overall speed, do you really need more than 240 hertz with an OLED that has instantaneous pixel response time? I don't think so. And maybe if you're a programming, you want 500 hertz, okay, go for it. Okay, but before we move on to the next segment, I actually want to do some ones that I don't recommend that you guys buy. And that would be this monitor. This is a 500 hertz Alienware. It's the Alienware 2524HF. I just don't think it's that good of a value. Now, if you just want 500 hertz, you still have more ghosting than an OLED. You still have more ghosting in 500 hertz on this one than a lot of other panels that aren't 500 hertz, that maybe are 360 hertz. So for me, this panel doesn't make sense. It's not a bad panel. You're going to like it. It's still super fast. And it is on sale for $369.99. It's just that I would buy an OLED, especially at $370, and you can get this OLED for $450. I personally would be happier getting the MSI Mag 271 QP. That's my opinion on that. Not a bad monitor at all. I've reviewed that one, and it was very enjoyable to use. It's just that I think there's better choices out there. That one also doesn't have black frame insertion, which I think would have made it a lot better. The next one I don't recommend is pretty much any of these quantum dot 49-inch ultrawides. These panels, I don't know why, have had so many problems. I personally bought one. I wanted it as my daily, and I had to send it back, which was a nightmare to do. Now, even though I love these quantum dot OLEDs, these, I think they're Gen 4, Gen 3, these super ultra wide 32:9 aspect ratio ones just have so many problems. Regardless of the brand that I've used, they've always had extremely bad problems. They've had flickering problems. The screen would just go off. The inputs had a lot of different mistakes, just overall glitches with the UI, a lot of problems. It is a really good price for the amount of screen size, but I wouldn't recommend this. This is the MSI one. There's also the Samsung Odyssey G9 one. I wouldn't recommend any of them really. They, I think, rushed those 49-inch. They don't sell very well. They're always heavily discounted anyway. I really would just stay away from those this Prime Big Deal Day and in general. But again, your money, do what you want with that. But with that, let's move on to the mechanical keyboards or Hall effect keyboards. All right, number one, we've got the Redragon K617. This is the GB Rapid Trigger, the HE variant. If you don't know what that means, HE is Hall effect. It means that it's a magnetic switch rather than a mechanical switch. What that allows you to do is customize your actuation. So if you want to just press down your key just a little bit, you can set it to it immediately, just like make that input. So you barely have to touch your keys and you're already moving. So it's a little bit faster. You also have a lot of different adjustments such as, you know, rapid trigger and SOCD. I don't want to explain what that is in this video, so maybe do your own research or watch some of my other videos. But if you want a Hall effect keyboard in a budget price point, this one's $39.99 on Prime Day. It's got a $64.99 price tag typically. Now, this keyboard's build quality is fine, right? Like it's good, it's well built, but it's a little bit bendy. It's definitely plasticky, and it's definitely a more budget keyboard, but it sounds pretty decent, and it's very, very easy to mod this. It's also got an 8,000 hertz polling rate. You got all the different software changes that you can do. So it's really, you know, it's just a good keyboard if you want a decent gaming keyboard. If you're a young kid and you're just getting into keyboards, but you want a gaming specific keyboard that's Hall effect, just go for this one. It's a really good deal. It's not a massive crazy deal, but there's honestly the keyboards, there's not amazing deals this big deal days. Next one is a mechanical keyboard. This is the Ajazz AK820. I really liked this keyboard when I reviewed it. I really enjoyed using that. It's got south-facing LEDs, PBT keycaps, a little volume knob. It's a little hard to get to that volume knob because it's kind of down there, but works great. USB Type-C. It's got good dampening, hot swappable switches, 3 and 5 pin switches. There's really, you know, it sounds good. It feels good. Again, nothing crazy, but a mechanical keyboard. So if you guys want to get into modding and stuff, I think this would be a great keyboard to play around with some stuff. Or if it's just a keyboard that you want a mechanical keyboard, you want to buy it, yeah, it's just good. But guys, on sale for $35.27, not a massive discount, but at that price, like that is kind of a massive discount because you're only paying about 35 bucks for a keyboard that literally 3 years ago would have been like 150 bucks. It's crazy. Build quality is mainly plastic, but it's well built. It's definitely not going to break, and they're very durable. Moving on to the next one, this is the YUNZII YZ87. This is a gasket mounted. It's got a lot of dampening, good build quality. It's a TKL form factor. It's got Bluetooth, also a USB dongle if you want to wirelessly game, but then you can plug it in via USB Type-C for charging, or, you know, just straight up just to use it as that. So obviously got RGB backlighting. It's on sale for $38.44. For that price, this is such a good keyboard, especially if you want a 75% form factor. All these keyboards have basically everything you need. They're basically all hot swappable. They've all got really good dampening inside. This one has a big battery, 5,000 milliamp hour battery, so it lasts a really, really long time. This one's also south-facing LEDs. Keycaps here are also pretty decent, and the switch feel is nice. I really, really like this keyboard, and for the price, under 40 bucks, it's like, it's really hard for me to recommend people buying much more expensive keyboards because this YZ87, like I would be happy using this every single day and not really feel like I need to upgrade my keyboard. That's how good these keyboards are. But let's move to the next one. This is the YUNZII B75. This is a 75% form factor, which is something that I would probably prefer over a TKL, but some people may not. But this one's $38.70. Also super budget friendly. Also, you can see here the Milk V2 linear switch, which is probably what I would get, is even bigger a sale. It's on $33.64 from $65.99. I really like this. It has cherry profile keycaps. It's got a knob up there. 75% form factor is really nice. Tons of dampening. Now, this one doesn't have wireless connectivity, but I do think it is a better keyboard than the YZ87. I like the way it looks more. I think the build quality is a little bit better, and I like the way that it sounds a little bit better. Plus, that knob is super nice to have, and for basically the same price on Prime Day, actually less. This one's $33.64. This is probably the one that I would choose over that one. But with that, let's move on to the next one, guys. This is honestly the reason that I stopped reviewing keyboards, because they're all so damn good at such a like super low price point that it's just like, why do I need to review any of these? There's like a few that are just ridiculously good for the price. Most keyboards, honestly, today are ridiculously good for the price. All right, now let's move on to the next keyboard. We got two more keyboards, and these two are really like god tier budget keyboards. And for 98% of people, you don't need to spend more than $100 on a keyboard in today's market. This is the Aula F99. This is wireless, it's a mechanical keyboard. It's an 1800 form factor, which I love, which means you've got your arrow keys, but then it kind of takes where a TKL is in the middle and then it puts the number pad over there. That's my favorite form factor for a larger size keyboard. This one's typical price, $79.99, now on sale for $63.99. Not a crazy deal, right? Only 20% off, but this was already such a dang good keyboard before that it's like, if you want a dang good keyboard, 63, 64 bucks, 65 bucks, it's so good. Now, the best part of this keyboard is the switches. The switches are very well lubed switches. They're pre-lubed and they're very, very nice. It has an excellent sound to it. It's got an excellent feel to it. The stabilizers are great here. This feels like a custom keyboard. Like if you tried to make your own custom keyboard, you'd have to do a multiple keyboards to get good enough to the level of refinement that this like now $64 keyboard is. It's so, so good. It's obviously fully hot swappable. You got Bluetooth, you got a USB dongle if you want to game on it. RGB, it's got a massive 8,000 milliamp hour battery. It might be 2 batteries, but it adds up to 8,000 milliamps. It's 1800 form factor. It's got tons of dampening, pour on foam, all sorts of, it's so good. If you guys want to mod it, you can, but there's really no point to mod it because it's so dang good. The Leo Bog switches are so freaking satisfying. Such a stupidly good keyboard, guys. All right, moving on to the next one. This is the Aula F75. Now, very, very similar to this one, but you get a knob. It's a 75% form factor. It's on sale for $59.99 from, again, $79.99. This is using the Leobog Reaper switch, also a phenomenally good pre-lube switch out of the box. So, so good. You also have a bunch of different colorways here, more than the other one, and that's one of the reasons I like this one. I also think I think this one looks a little bit better, especially look at that black with like dark blue and orange. That looks like a freaking custom, guys. That looks like a freaking custom keyboard. Now again, wireless, Bluetooth, you got a USB dongle, use a USB Type-C if you want to do that, fully hot swappable, all your RGB. This one only has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, but it really doesn't matter. They both last such a ridiculously long time that it doesn't matter. This is a dang good keyboard. Dampening sounds awesome. It sounds freaking great. It sounds ridiculously good. It's a phenomenal keyboard. And for under 60 bucks, guys, are you kidding? Yeah, just if you have the money and you just want a really incredible keyboard, buy this one. Not a ton of keyboard deals for super high-end keyboards or for Hall effect keyboards. Not a bunch of deals this Prime Day. But with that, we're gonna move on to headsets. And I'm gonna take my jacket off because I'm sweating and I'm sick, so I don't think it's a good idea. No sweat on sick day. Okay, with headsets, I'm starting budget and going up just like I've done with the other ones. This is the JLab Nightfall. If you guys have followed my channel, you know I recommend the heck out of this headset. It's the best budget wired headset that you can basically buy. This is typically priced at $39.99. I think it's most of the time like around 35 bucks, but don't quote me on that. Right now, it's 30% off for $27.99. It's an excellent price. The sound quality on this is so much better than you expect. And most of the time, when you look at these more like Chinese or more like not brands like Razer, Logitech that are big corporations, they're usually like hit or miss. This one's a hit. This one sounds awesome. The drivers are so much better than you would expect. It's got good bass here. The clarity's really good. Obviously, don't expect a super high-end headset, but this is better than a lot of $60, $70, $80 headsets. Legitimately. It's legitimately really, really quite good. Headsets are completely unlike keyboards that we just talked about. Headsets, you can spend 250 bucks and get a horrible sounding gaming headset. So reviews are probably the most important for headsets. But yeah, it uses a 3.5 millimeter connection. The build quality on this, it looks cool and it is very, very comfortable. Like on head, it is super comfortable. The top band is elastic and it feels great. It also looks high end and the muffs are nice and plush. Now, the only thing is the mic arm is not adjustable and it's hard plastic and it feels like absolute trash. It also feels like you'd break it if you dropped it. So be careful with this headset if you get it.
This is the mic test of the JLab Nightfalls. Check.
But at that price, it's a good price. Let's move on to the next one. Now, this is the Razer BlackShark V2 X. This is a really good headset. Initially, it had build quality problems. Those build quality problems with like the adjustment and the headband like dropping down, falling, and not holding, those have been fixed, or at least in my experience, they have been fixed because ours we've had for a long time now and it has not had any problems. But I think we did get a second or a third one a couple of years ago. But this one's typically priced at $49.99. It's now on sale for $39.99. it looks like a high-end headset. The build quality is really, really nice. The comfort here is great. It's just a really good all-around headset. Audio quality isn't crazy out of this world, but it's just good. It's just good at everything it does.
This is the mic test of the Razer BlackShark V2 X's.
It looks actually very, very nice. It looks like a $250 headset. But it's just a good all-around headset. Doesn't do anything incredible, but it also doesn't fail with basically anything. So it's a good pick if you want that. But with that, let's move on to the next one, which is a headset I'm truly passionate about. This is the Logitech G435 LIGHTSPEED. This typically priced at $79.99. It varies wildly. Like sometimes during the summer, this can drop to like this price point of like 40 bucks around that. Right now it's on sale for $39.99. My phone is going off. Come on, guys. I don't want an email in the middle of my freaking video shoot. But this headset, literally one of my favorite headsets, and it's a budget headset. It's wireless. One of the best wireless headsets you can buy with one problem, okay? And that one problem is the mic quality. The mic quality, it doesn't have an arm. It's just over here, but it's still audible, okay? It's not going to sound great, but it's audible.
This is the mic test of the Logitech G435 Lite.
But what is euphoric is how lightweight it is. There's not very many lightweight headsets like there are, you know, lightweight gaming mice. Like this is a lightweight gaming mouse. It's pretty normal. But once you use a super lightweight, this is as light as like, I think it's lighter than a Logitech G502, a mouse. It's lighter than a freaking mouse. And when you put it on your head, it feels like nothing's on your head. You could literally wear this for 20 hours and never have any fatigue. It uses a USB dongle. It also has Bluetooth, so you can use it as a headset, which I for sure recommend because it's so comfortable. The audio quality is much better than you would expect, much better than you would expect. And the connectivity, the wireless connectivity, Logitech does it better than anybody else. It's really, really phenomenal. I can't stress this enough. I've dailied this headset while owning way more expensive. I mean, I own the most expensive headsets in the world. I mean, this is my daily now. It's a $330 gaming headset, but I still love using the LIGHTSPEED every day. It's so comfortable. The audio quality is at a level where you're just happy with it. And the battery life is like 18 hours, 16, 18 hours. But if you remember to plug it in, it's just great, guys. I can't stress enough how enjoyable this is. If you want wireless at a budget level, I wholeheartedly recommend this. Once you use this, you will never want to go back. Yeah, genuinely an incredible headset. Very much recommend it. Let's move on to the next one. This is the Razer Barracuda X wireless. Now, this is a great headset if you want to use it for, again, kind of similar to the last one, where if you want to use it for your headphones and your gaming headset. You have a detachable mic. Mic quality is okay here. You have 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle or Bluetooth. So again, you can use it as a, just a headphones if you want. The audio quality definitely gets a boost from all the other previous headsets that we've talked about at a level where, this is $66.49 on Prime Day, and it was about $100. The build quality is really good, very durable here, more durable than like the Razer BlackShark V2 X here. Although the V2 X has some sick colorways. This one doesn't have as cool colorways, I think. They kind of look not as good, but yeah, excellent build quality, a really good all-around thing. It's got a long battery life, 50 hours, but you're getting kind of that next level of audio quality. Don't expect audiophile stuff, but nice deep bass, good clarity, good directionality. That gets a big boost with the Barracuda X, and it's wireless. So yeah, a great price this Prime Day. That one is actually a genuinely good deal. Let's move on to the next one, which is the Razer Kraken V3 HyperSense. Now, the nice thing with this one is this is a more expensive headset. It retails for $129.99. It's now on a pretty big deal of $74.99. This one has the haptic technology, so it'll literally like vibrate your ears. It's pretty annoying, but if you like, if you want to show your friends, or if you like that immersion, it can be cool in some games like Hell Let Loose or Battlefield 1 or things like that, where you want to be more immersed, but that's not the reason that you should buy this. It's very comfortable. It's got some cool RGB, but the biggest thing is that this gets basically some of Razer's best, they might be their best drivers that they make, which are their Triforce Titanium 50mm drivers. The audio quality is basically the best that Razer gives you. Very good clarity on the trebles, nice bass as well. And if you want, more of a feeling of bass, you turn that haptic up. This is a great set of headphones or headset. It's one of Razer's best. I actually went through and I bought every single Razer headset that they make, and I tested all of them, so I very much understand Razer headsets, and this is one of the best here. Obviously, it is wired, but that's how you're going to get the best audio quality. So yeah, and for $75, this is a heck of a headset. Let's move on to the next one. A lot of Razer headsets on sale, not a lot of Razer mice. I'll tell you that now. The next one is the Razer BlackShark V2 Pro wireless. Now, this one again, I think has the same 50mm drivers, so really good audio quality, but a lot more expensive. This is retailing for almost $200 and on sale now for $161.49. That's not a phenomenal deal. It's not a phenomenal deal. It's got better battery life at 70 hours. It's basically the same build, a little bit nicer as the BlackShark V2. You know, very, very similar. It looks awesome in white. While you do have those higher end drivers, it is wireless, so it's going to be slightly more like compressed audio. But the reason that you buy this is absolutely the mic here. The mic is so good. One of the best, if not the best, like literally top 3 mics on a wireless headset of all time. If you want mic, like you could literally record voiceovers with this mic.
Check, check, check. This is the mic test of the Razer BlackShark V2 Pros. God darn, does that sound good.
That's what this is getting you. I wouldn't spend, even on sale, I wouldn't spend $161.49 on this if you don't care about your mic quality being superb in a wireless headset. If you guys don't know, wireless headsets, it's always way more difficult to get a really good sounding mic in a wireless headset because you have to transmit it back, right? But this one, it knocks it out of the freaking park. It is unbelievable. So keep that in mind. If you don't want the mic, don't get this one. But if you do, it's one of the best. Moving on to the next one, this is literally, this is probably the headset that I recommend to anyone that has, you know, a decent amount of money that they want to spend on a headset, but it's such a good headset all around. This is the SteelSeries Arctis Nova 5P, 5X, and 5. Yeah, 5P, 5X, yeah. So the difference between the 5P, and 5X, it's all the same link, so check the links below if you want to check it out, is one's like designed for PlayStation, but I think the PlayStation one can be used with Xbox and PC. Then you have a PC one, which again, it can work with PlayStation and PC. But the Xbox one is actually the one I typically recommend. It's the same price on the deal. You can see typically priced for $149.99, now on sale for $119.99. While that's not the craziest deal in the world, this is a very new headset, fairly new headset, and it's so dang good that it's worth it at its list price. It's so worth it here. It's got a really good battery life, about 60 hours, but the audio quality is just all around very, very good. The comfort here is phenomenal because you have that elastic band on top. The earmuffs are nice. They fit well. You have a retractable mic, which sounds good. And if you get the Xbox variant, so the 5X, you have game and chat mix, which a lot of people love. So that is really cool. You obviously also have a USB Type-C dongle, as well as you can use it with Bluetooth. But with this headset, it's a combination of like the amazing drivers, really amazing drivers for the price point. The battery life is just, it's exactly what it needs to be. The comfort is so good. The build quality is really, really sturdy and strong. It feels like a high-end headset. And I never had any issues with anything dropping out. The connectivity was perfect. Didn't drain battery life very quickly. No problems with anything. And then the mic, nice and flip out. This is also a great headset to use as headphones and a headset. And you don't even need to pull the mic out because it's just a pull out, push back. Really, for most people, guys, for 90% of people, if you have the money, this is just a headset that I would recommend. It's so good. But with that, let's move on to the last one, which is the Logitech G Astro A50. This is a high-end headset. It's the next level, right? This is more getting into the audiophile territory. It's got insanely cool build quality. It looks sick. I mean, look at this thing. It looks sick. I really enjoyed using it. It also has like that hub where you set it down and it charges there, so you never really have to worry about battery life, even though it has a pretty decent 24-hour battery. But again, you never need to worry about that because once you set your headset down, it's charging, so it always is charged. That's really nice, and it looks sick too. Come on. It's compatible with PS5, Xbox, PC, obviously. You can use it with Bluetooth or obviously use it with the hub. But I wouldn't recommend this one for being a headphone and a headset. That's not what this is for. This is a gaming headset. If you want to use the PS5, it's great. PC, everything is great there. Awesome build quality and phenomenal audio. The audio on this one is just like, if you really want that level of audio quality, that really higher tier of audio quality, that's what you want to get here. Now, obviously, basically a $300 price point. It's on sale for $237.49. Still a lot of money, 100%, but worth it for that money. For sure it is, but you still have to have a bunch of money. That would be my like top tier pick for this Prime Day. So yeah, but the ones that I wouldn't recommend would be headsets like this. These are just like, you know, your no-name, white label, China, Alibaba. Some of these can be good, but most of them are exceptionally uncomfortable, and most of the audio quality is just terrible. Mics usually suck. Sometimes you get surprised by them, but I really, this Prime Day, I would just stay away from anything like this. All of those type of things, just stay away from them. With that, let's move on to gaming mice. Then we're doing IEMs at the end, so stick around for that. Okay, so first of all, we got the Logitech G305 LIGHTSPEED. This is a wireless gaming mouse. It's typically priced at $49.99, now on sale for $28.48. Now, I think it's typically not 50 bucks. It's like closer down to like maybe 40, 43 bucks or something like that. But under 30 bucks, this is a great mouse. It's not a lightweight mouse. It is fairly heavy. You do have to put a battery inside of a physical battery. Now you can lower the weight by, instead of using a typical battery, you can use a lithium battery. So if you buy a lithium battery, and it gets even less weight if you get an adapter for a AAA and then put the AAA in that adapter and put it in, and you can really lower the weight a lot more down. But it's a solid mouse. It has no connection problems. It's very, very reliable. Not the best for FPS games, but again, if you get that lithium battery, that does make it quite good for it. And the clicks are really good. The scroll wheel is nice. All the buttons, no problems with long-term reliability. And it's a nice A shape for a lot of different grip styles. Even palm gripping is good on this mouse. And for the money, if you want a wireless budget gaming mouse, this is a really good deal. Moving on to the next one, this is the Attack Shark X3 wireless. Now, this one is kind of the other end of that. Pretty similar price point, typically priced at $41.99, now on sale for $33.59. This one's also wireless, but it's kind of the other end of the spectrum. This brand is getting more well-known, but it's not like Logitech. It may not have the long-term reliability. Obviously, ours has been reliable, but I don't know. It's got a 3395 sensor, which is a very high-end sensor, long battery life, up to 26,000 DPI, but the biggest thing is it's only 49 grams. And I think this Logitech is like 85, 89 grams, something like that. Like it's 99 grams. Yeah, I think you can get it down below 80 grams if you use lithium AAA battery. But this Attack Shark is the other end of the spectrum there. This one is for fast-paced FPS gaming. It's a great mouse. It's kind of just copying the G Pro X Superlight, which is a nice shape. So it feels great in hand. Yeah, it's a good mouse. Yeah, if you're cool going for kind of a no-name brand that, I don't know about the long-term reliability of something like this. You know, I don't know. We've had ours for like a year and a half, I don't know, something like that, but we don't use it every day. We use it a lot during the testing process, but I'm just not sure about that one. And this is like one of the only mouse I've used from this brand. So you never know, but it's a really good price. Willing to take the gamble? Yeah, probably. For the money, it's a phenomenal mouse when you're using it. Really is. Moving on to the next one, Glorious Model O wired. It's typically priced at $46.27. It's now on sale for $37.99. This is a just old school, right? It's older now. It weighs 67 grams. It's got a pretty good balance to it. I would wish it was a little bit lighter. It's got a cool look. It's got some RGB. It's got a lightweight cable, so it feels pretty much wireless. This is super reliable. You just plug it in. It works all the time. Obviously, you don't have to charge it. The ultralight cable is super nice. I think it looks cool. And I actually dailied this mouse for a long time and never skipped a beat. Wasn't amazing. I didn't love the actual shape of it, but that's all personal preference. The Model O is obviously the ambidextrous design. The clicks are fine. I wish that they were a little bit better. The scroll wheel is okay. Like, it's fine. It's good. It's reliable, but it's not my favorite. But it is a really good price. So yeah. The next one is the G502 LIGHTSPEED. I actually wouldn't recommend this one. And here's why I wouldn't recommend this one. I don't like the G502. I like the shape because like I used it a long time, like way early back, but it hasn't changed anything and it's too heavy now. And this wireless one is $87 even on sale. And I don't think that's worth it when compared to this mouse is not on sale. It's the Razer Basilisk V3. And yes, I'm comparing a wireless mouse to a wired mouse, but I swear to God, guys, buy the Basilisk V3. It is a much better mouse than the Logitech G502. Even if you're comparing wireless to wired, the lightweight cable on the V3 is a non-issue. And so the only other reason that you would want to get a wireless mouse for a bigger ergonomic right-handed mouse would be like if you're traveling with it. And the G502 is a terrible mouse to travel with because it's so heavy and it's so bulky. So really, like, I don't recommend the G502 LIGHTSPEED. $87 is too expensive for this mouse. And not on sale, the Razer Basilisk V3 for a right-handed ergonomic mouse is the best mouse in the world for that segment. The wireless version of the Basilisk V3 is actually worse than the wired version, and it's $29.99 just typically. I'm also going to link that one below because it's such a good mouse, and if you're looking for that, that's what you should buy. But there are some deals that I actually am not sure about. One of them is the Attack Shark R5 Ultra, and that's because I haven't used the mouse, but it just so happens I got it right here. So I have it, so let's try it out and see if it's good. All right, open this thing up. And here's the mouse. Ooh, nice and lightweight. Now, this is actually a carbon fiber composite mouse. It is ridiculously light, and it looks, look at that thing. That thing looks so freaking sick. It feels different too. It doesn't feel like plastic. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels softer than plastic. Ooh, wow. Really, really good clicks. Very good clicks. Scroll bar's pretty decent as well. Side buttons are okay. Comes with a crazy looking dongle. Look at this thing. This is an 8,000 hertz dongle. It comes standard with it. It's currently on sale for $63.99, 20% off, $79.99. I'm gonna plug this in and see how it goes. Also comes with some grip tape and extra feet, which is always super nice to have. That's awesome. Now for the feet placement, there's one in each corner. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's one around that. Ooh, it glides really, wow, the balance of this thing. And keep in mind, this is a BenQ, it's like $180, $160 mouse, a really awesome mouse, but this thing, with the clicks are, wow. Clicks might even be better than my Zowie mouse. Like, that's impressive. Wow, 39 grams, guys. Freaking 39 grams. Again, don't take my 100% word for this, but I would spend $64 on this mouse right now. It is so ridiculously light. I love the balance. It's so flickable. Very bullish on this. I'm going to be coming out with a review because I just want to, because it's such a cool mouse. Definitely recommend it. Again, take it with a grain of salt, but I'm pretty confident recommending this thing. This thing's awesome. It's got a 3950 in it. So mice these days having problems, especially from Attack Shark, since their budget mouse never had any problems with connectivity or anything. I would be pretty freaking confident recommending this. But again, take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, also link that below. Awesome mouse. All right, but before we move on to IEMs, I want to show you some that I don't recommend. And that would be like these kind of Redragon wireless mice. I think there is a few good ones that they make, but things like this where it's a big ergonomic one, these are going to be terrible, terrible mice. I wouldn't recommend those. Not all Redragons, but I would just stay away from them or do your due diligence before you do buy them. Also, for $23.99, just get this. This is going to be a better mouse, and it's basically the same price. Or get this. This is going to be a better mouse than this one. Same thing here. Like, this mouse, it's 16 bucks, but like, if you got 16 bucks, you have 33 bucks, guys. Come on. And I really recommend the Attack Shark or the G305 Lightspeed over these two, or most of them, right? Do your due diligence, but I would just stay away from them. There's better mice out there. Also, this Alienware is on sale, and it's popping up really, really quick on Amazon. I think they're sponsoring it so that it comes up for the deal. I wouldn't recommend this mouse. I do not like this mouse at all. It looks awesome, and I love Dell. Alienware as a brand. I love you guys, but this is not a great deal for this mouse. It's just not a very good mouse in general, just across the board, guys. Alienware really needs to step their game up with their mice. They make amazing monitors and other things, but not the mice. So stay away from that. With that, let's move on to IEMs. All right, now for IEMs. If you want the budget IEM, like if you want to do under 25 bucks, the 02s are on sale. They're currently $19.99. It's only, $5 off a $24.99 price tag, but it's a good IEM. It's just a good IEM. It's at a really low price point, and if that's what you're looking for, this is a great alternative to, like, rather than spending $60, $70 on a headset, you guys basically get the same audio quality while spending around 20 bucks at this Prime Day. That's really all there is to it. Not amazing quality with anything. They sound really good, though, as most IEMs do for the price point. Yeah, they'll be linked below. The next one, the BLON BL03, a little bit more money. I would personally spend more money, but it depends on your price point. Across the board, the cables are going to be better here. These are very, very small in your ears, so you don't really feel very much weight. The cables are a little bit better quality, and they're 20% off. They're currently listed for $29.59 off of $36.99. A lot of people love these. I think they sound actually very, very good. Now, the next one is the Kefine Klean. Now, I really, really like these for the price. I think for a lot of people, they are listed for $54.99, but they're now on sale for $43.99. That's a good price, guys. That's a really good price. If you're really prioritizing audio quality over everything, but you only have under 50 bucks, this is really good. However, the SimGot EW300s are on sale for $63.99 from a $79.99 price point. I really liked these a lot. I thought that these were a very, very good. They are at a level where they're better than most gaming headsets in terms of audio quality. Now you're not getting the mic, but if you have a mic, right, these would be excellent, both for listening to music or gaming. It's just, you know, they got good quality cables, although pretty much all of these do past this price point. But I use these quite a bit, and I really, really like them. I think they look pretty awesome. 65 bucks. I mean, it's just a good freaking. It's just good, guys. It's just good. But let's move to the next one, which is the Kefine Delcis. Now, some people are going to go back and forth. Is the EW300 better than the Delcis? I think they're different, right? But I prefer the Delcis. These are very small IEMs, like they're pretty small. They're metal. They don't look as cool as obviously the EW300s. I don't know if I would get the EW300 or the Delcis with this Prime Day sale. They're pretty much this. They're exactly the same price. Actually, it's kind of a toss up. Both a great deal, and you're not going to go wrong. Like either one that you get, you're not going to go wrong. However, if you're looking for the best Prime Day deal for IEMs, it's the Linsoul Kiwi Ears Orchestra Light. These are literally handmade. Each one of these is actually going to be different. So what you see in like the resin is literally handmade. So every single one of them is different. These bring it to an audiophile level where literally they're competing against extremely high-end audiophile systems. I have a $10,000 surround sound system. I have a Bowers & Wilkins audio system in my car. I have, you know, these Bayer Dynamic MMX 330 Pros, or these 300 Pros. I have both. And these IEMs are like emotionally, it's an experience. You might even cry the first time that you listen to these, or a couple times that you listen to these. They're on sale 20% from $249. They're very expensive IEMs. Actually, they're very expensive, but they're actually not very expensive for IEMs. But they're to a point where it's like, that's the point of diminishing return, where if you spend about $250, $350 on IEMs, it's exceptional, right? You have to be a super enthusiast to spend $1,000, $2,000 on IEMs. These, for about $200 now, a little bit less than $200, are an excellent pickup this Prime Day. Such a phenomenal pair. The quality of every part of these, the cables, the handmade build, they have all separate drivers, which is awesome. Like you can literally look inside, like you can see actually in this picture here, like you can see if you look inside, you can literally see the different drivers with separate tubes that come together. I think 3 different, right? You have your mid-range, your trebles, and then your bass, and they all come together in their own separate tube. It is so freaking awesome. These are absolutely audiophile level IEMs, and right now, a great freaking price. But again, guys, if you want to check out any of the deals, there are Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. This is a much different video that I've done before, but honestly, I just wanted to give you guys every information that you need in one video rather than making like 25 videos and spamming you guys. I feel bad for doing that in the past. So yeah. Here's all the information, run through the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm very excited to be making such different content moving forward. I know this video is a little bit different, but the next videos are just going to be so different in a beautiful, awesome way. And hopefully with this video, I helped you guys find some pretty sweet deals this Prime Day.